It's your partner, man. Oh, it's your partner, man. You say what you talk about today, bro, man. Oh, man. How's y'all doing on this fast fallout Friday? You say fast fallout Friday? What you talking about, bro? We're going to get into it. But before I do that, what's good? People like, hee, ha, ha. He on talking about wise, man. Ken in the pen, man. You know what I'm talking about? All my folks incarcerated. All my folks who ain't, man. Everybody on the bottom of that thing. Everybody on the top of that thing, man. You know what I'm talking about? Oh, keep that head up. You know what I'm talking about? Keep pushing. We gonna get through it to get to it, man. You know what I'm talking about? Did I say Ken in the pen, man? I don't know, but if I didn't, go get that stick up in stores now, man. You can go and get some off 76 MacArthur Giants Liquor is what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about? 82nd Hillside Barbershop. You know what I'm talking about, man. I say somebody putting them in their stores in the hundreds. Thank you, young man. Now, you know, because I tell you every morning, but just in case you forgot, man, or you don't be watching, bro, man, you know what I'm talking about, you can come get them things from me. You know what I'm talking about? You can come get them from me. You know what I'm talking about? Sprinkler system on you. You know what I'm talking about? Also in stores now. Funkadile trying, man. You know what I'm talking about? Make sure you go get you one. You know what I'm talking about? But if all else fails, all else fails, man, you gonna grab you one of the things off of Amazon. Make sure you copy you a hardback. You know what I'm talking about? Uh-oh, what's that? Swing that finger, young man. Come on with it. Breast Friday. You know what I'm talking about? Worldwide INC. Man, you going fast today, bro. Oh, Worldwide Incorporated. Ooh, you on the roll now, bro. Oh, Worldwide. And they gonna say, what does that mean, bro? And I'm gonna continuously tell you it means everybody, man. You know what I'm talking about? Everybody included. You know what I'm talking about? And Dugu, Mike, Cutthroat, Lil Rue, not Lil Rude, Lil Rue. You know what I'm talking about? Tata the player, that's who comes next. Same thing, bro. Same thing, bro. Everybody on the bottom of that thing, everybody on the top of that thing, man. Keep that head up. You know what I'm talking about? Keep pushing. We gonna get through it to get to it, man. And that goes to all my folks incarcerated and all my folks who ain't incarcerated around the world. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about? Now let's get through these disclaimers. You know what I'm talking about? But before we do that, my mama always said, boy, brush the whiskers when you on TV. Even if they got a hold of it. You know what I'm talking about? Coffee crying. Coffee crying. You know what I'm talking about? Let's get through these disclaimers, man. Now, good brother like myself. Good like myself. I don't promote no drug usage. No. Good brother like myself. I don't promote no drug sellage. No. You know what I'm talking about? Good brother like myself. I don't promote no alcohol consumption. No. You know what I'm talking about? Bro, like, don't take a sip. I mean, not a sip of the sip. You know what I'm talking about? No. You know what I'm talking about? You really like myself. You know what I'm talking about? I don't promote no crime. No. You know what I'm talking about? You really like myself. I don't promote no violence. No. You know what I'm talking about? You really like myself. You know what I'm talking about? I don't promote no domestic violence. Keep your hands off the people. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about? Don't, you know what I'm talking about? Promote, you know what I'm talking about? No negativity, no. You know what I'm talking about? No. B-Ray all promote shit. You know what I'm talking about? They was talking to B-Ray. I don't promote shit. All I promote is y'all go ahead and do what you're going to do with your time, young ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you find the right thing to do with your time, young ladies and gentlemen, because we just don't know how much we got, young ladies and gentlemen. But a good brother like myself, you know what I'm talking about, man? I ain't prejudiced. No. You know what I'm talking about? Good brother like myself. I ain't got nothing against the sexually different, man. No. You know what I'm talking about? Good brother like myself. I ain't got nothing against the little people. You know what I'm talking about? No. Me, man, I ain't got no problems with nobody. You know what I'm talking about? They was talking to me. Man, I just love me some everybody. You know what I'm talking about? As a matter of fact, I'm on a quest, you know what I'm talking about? Bring that peace, you know what I'm talking about? That joy, you know what I'm talking about? That love, you know what I'm talking about? That love, man. Back to the YouTube community, man. You with me? Come on over here, man. Fuck with your partner, man. You know what I'm talking about? Hey. Check it out, man. Come fuck with it, nigga, one time. You know what I'm talking about? Man, how's y'all doing out there on this Fast Fallout Friday? You say Fast Fallout Friday. What are you talking about, bro? Oh, we gonna get into it, man. Shout out to everybody who don't like Coca-Cola but like Coke. Quenches your thirst. I see. Fuck it, man. You say Fast Fallout, man. What's that? Oh, all right, man. This ain't gonna be alone. This ain't gonna have nothing to do, man. I quit, y'all win. You know what I'm talking about? And once again, segue a little quick. This motherfuckers called me once again, you know what I'm talking about? Talking about I sound furious and mad. And I'm really not. Not at all. I'm really alright. But I tell you what does agitate, bruh. You know what I'm talking about? Is when we out here, bruh. Because I'm going to tell you what bruh don't do. You can still do it. That's fine. See, bruh be accountable. Just like yesterday I told you like I did have a bitch once upon a time that stick more than 5 years with a nigga. And I fucked her off. Now, you notice I didn't come up here and say, and blame her. You get what I'm saying? It was my fault. And that's the only thing that takes bread off a tad. You know what I'm talking about? Nephew, sis, old man, old lady. Nephew, sis, old man, old lady. Hey, what you say, bro? Old lady. You know what I'm talking about? Because I'm going to keep it real with you, man. I'm not going to come up here, fuck you off, and then make it seem like it was your fault that I fucked you. You know what I'm talking about? No, I'm not going to do that. And that's the only thing that be right there. Because if a nigga let one of y'all tell a story, bro, y'all going to tell a story from your point of view. You going to tell a story based on how you done gathered all your lies up and shit. And you always gonna be the hero of the story. So when you do come up here and tell a story, you're gonna tell it from your point of view, where you gonna be just like them niggas in jail, the hero of every story. You know what I'm talking about? So that's what's gonna happen, because you're gonna come up with your own way of what happened, and then that's what you're gonna tell the world. You ain't gonna tell the world what really happened. You're gonna come to the world and tell them what everybody did. You ain't gonna say one thing you did. And that was the only reason. You know what I'm talking about? How that even got out there. You feel what I'm saying? So no, I wasn't mad at all. You get what I'm saying? A nigga just gotta tell his shit the way that it happened. Because if you don't tell the way that it happened, somebody else is gonna run around and tell you their version of what happened. You know what I'm talking about? And I'm one of the people that don't got a version. I can just tell you what happened. I ain't got no version. I'm just gonna tell you what happened. You know what I'm talking about? But anyway, the fast fallout. Because I realize this is a game we play now too. You know what I'm talking about? Niggas and bitches. I don't want to say it's a dangerous game. It's just lightweight, Boosie. But you know, lightweight out here, especially if you it's almost like a staged event. You get what I'm saying? So it'd be like you've been in a friendship 20, 30 odd years. You get what I'm saying? And then out of the blue, you and somebody ain't cool no more. Coffee Chronicles. I don't give a fuck. I'm just telling you some shit I see. You and a motherfucker been friends for 30 years, bruh. Somehow y'all come to a disagreement, and it's like that 30 years of friendship meant nothing. You get what I'm saying? That 30 years, 10, however long you've been friends, it's like that shit meant nothing. You get what I'm saying? And the moment y'all getting the little tiniest fallout, man, you up here blasting one another. You know what I'm talking about, to the world. I ain't so much talking about YouTube, but just social media sites or whatever, on the phone or something. You just blasting everybody to the world. So this motherfucker that you claim was your dog, you know what I'm talking about, for the last 30 years, the moment y'all had the little smallest discrepancy and shit, you know what I'm talking about, you up here trying to damage a motherfucker forever. You get what I'm saying? Coffee Chronicles. And that just ain't it. You know what I'm talking about? It might be it for some of y'all. I'm just gonna tell you that ain't it for the baby cuz. You know what I'm talking about? And like I say, a lot of this shit, especially when it comes to this shit, YouTube channels and shit, a lot of that shit be staged. It just be for entertainment. You get what I'm saying? And that's what I kind of want the people to get, because it's like we mimic everything we see. So you have to understand the difference between entertainment and real life. So if you see a motherfucker, I don't know, but a lot of this shit just be staged for publicity stunt. You get what I'm saying, bro? For views and shit. So you might see a motherfucker who been friends forever. They over here falling out there at each other's throat and they calling each other names, bro. But they have already called each other up on the phone, and they done went through their whole script of what they was finna do. You know what I'm talking about? To get the people's blood boiling. But I think that, like how I say, this shit be dripping off into the real world. I think people just catch on to that. And so now it's just like a fast fallout. You get what I'm saying? So now you and somebody, I ain't talking about the motherfucker you just met. I'm just talking about in real life, how motherfuckers who've been friends for 30 and 40 years, 20 years, 15 years, how quick they get to the disrespect of one another. That fast fallout. Now, if you was my dog for the last 20, 30 years, bruh, you might be, I'm just not gonna blast you. You might get one time me heated when I was drinking or something, you know what I'm talking about? I come up here and say something, you know what I was talking about. But, I ain't trying to blast you, bruh. I ain't. You know what I'm talking about? I ain't trying to blast nobody, man. You know what I'm talking about? If you was my dog for that long, I'm gonna respect you as being my dog for that long. You know what I'm talking about? And I'm just gonna let it go. If you get what I'm saying. I'm just gonna let it go. Now, if you want to come over there and blast me and go around and talk about me, man, go right ahead. I'm just gonna leave it alone. I'm not gonna have nothing to say about you. You know what I'm talking about? Because 9 times out of 10, if we fell out, it was about some fake shit you did anyway. You get what I'm saying? It just is, because like if I ever did something that, like, I'm just accountable for me. So if I ever did something, bruh, I know me. I'm gonna come to you and say my bad, bruh. I'm gonna come to you and get an understanding. I didn't know you, you know what I'm talking about, you took that way. I'm gonna come. If it's my fault. You get what I'm saying? If it's my fault, bruh, I ain't got no problem, bruh, with coming like the man I am to apologize. You get what I'm saying? I ain't one of them people. That's why 9 times out of 10, if me and you fall out, it's about some fake shit you did. You know what I'm talking about? It's about some fake shit you did. And then when a nigga came and got at you like a man, instead of a motherfucker being a man, they still on this modern type of time. You get what I'm saying? So they trying to tell you, whatever they did to offend you, they trying to tell you, or I can't really explain or look for the words I was looking for. But it's the equivalent of a nigga stealing your bike, then trying to talk you out of being mad. Like he had a way to steal your bike or your car or something. You get what I'm saying? But he's trying to talk you out of being mad because he had a reason for stealing it. You get what I'm saying? And all that shit like that. But on this fast fall off Friday, man, I've been seeing too much on the real life shit going just like that. Motherfuckers being friends for years, because this is the conclusion I've come to when I see shit like that. Like, that was a fake ass friendship then for all them years. Because if you love somebody and you really had a friendship or a relationship with somebody, regardless, family member, friend, just a relationship with the people for 20, 30 years, 15, 10 years, bruh, and you fall out with them and you can get straight to the part of disrespect, that was some fake ass shit from the beginning. It was one of you motherfuckers hanging around another motherfucker, you know what I'm talking about, just for the benefits of that one person. And that's just the conclusion I came to. It was one of the motherfuckers, like, they needed the other person. And that was the friendship. That's what the friendship was based on right there. But the person who is like, they never really cared about this person, or they was just always jealous and envious of this person anyway. So it's like you just been sitting around there for 10 or 15 years collecting shit you don't like about a motherfucker. That's what it be seeming like to me. Because on this fast fallout, Friday it is, I just don't get because we all got brothers and friends and shit that we just might not see eye to eye. You know what I'm talking about? Mama saying, never like no, don't count. Sorry, mama. All right, mama. Top of the world, mama. Top of the world. You know what I'm talking about? But just like that, bro, you might have some brothers that you're not even that close with, you know what I'm talking about? But when it's time to go to war, bro, you and that nigga gonna be side by side. If they call you, you gonna be side by side, bro. It's gonna be, you gonna always be able to overlook the little shit you going through, you know what I'm talking about? That's just like you got a brother, man. Y'all got one of y'all just at odds right now. Something happened to your brother, nothing traumatic or something. Say, bro, I don't know, just something. Nigga, you gonna go check on him. Out of pure love, man. You gonna go check on that nigga. Because even though y'all not seeing eye to eye right now, y'all both understand that 20, 10, 15, 30 years, that's way more than that little old shit that we was going through, bro. You know what I'm talking about? Your love always gonna outweigh that petty shit. It just is. You might not talk to a nigga for 4 years or something like that, man. Let something happen. Talking about my nigga, please. Man, please. Your partner emotions gonna come up. You feel me? You gonna forget everything y'all was arguing about. Nigga, on my mama, where they at? You know what I'm talking about? You gonna be on some shit like that, bro. Because that love gonna kick in. But now, It's just almost like niggas be like, it's just like it's cool. What's that word y'all use now? Y'all got from Chicago? The ops. It's like almost like it's cool to have ops. You know what I'm talking about? Like we living in a world where motherfuckers think it's cool. That's why we putting these labels on everybody. So we could take a player and just call him a hater. You know what I'm talking about? Just to make whatever. You ever seen somebody do that? Like they wake up and they just say all these people is hating on them. These people ain't even paying attention to them. This is just some shit you had to create in your own head to feel important. You feel what I'm saying? So you get up and like say a nigga was talking to his mama. You would take the conversation about a nigga talking to his mama and apply it to you. You act like a nigga was talking about you when he was talking to his mama, or he was talking to whoever. Because it's like it's cool to funk with your partners now, some shit like that. It's cool to fall out, the fast fall out Friday. You feel what I'm saying? So now this shit is catching on like it's a trend. So we gonna fall out, then we gonna blast each other. We might come back cool for a few minutes, then we gonna be blasting each other again. And I don't know. This is just my conclusion I came to. I think motherfuckers just mimic everything they see on TV and this shit. I just think motherfuckers mimic that shit. And I think motherfuckers be sitting up here idolizing these personalities and shit. And I just think they fall into the favorite, I think they fall into the behavior of their favorite person. You know what I'm talking about? Like when motherfuckers, but back then, you remember back in the day, if you my age, you know what I'm talking about? You had motherfuckers like the Fonz. You know, niggas start popping, you know what I'm talking about? The nigga want a leather coat. You start emulating maybe a character or something. NWA, Ice Cube or something, you know what I'm talking about? You start going to get with. You was probably already wearing them Raider beanies. You get what I'm saying? You start going to get them hoodies and shit. You know what I'm talking about? That place down there where they used to sell them Ben Davis is at. I think it was called Melrose. You feel me? But on this fast Fallout Friday, man, it's I'm just starting to see. Well, I could call it unnecessary shit. I can't tell somebody else how to feel about whatever the fuck they going through. But I just know this is just my personal opinion on. You don't have to agree with me. I think if you've been, if it's been all love for 10, I ain't gonna say 5, cause I ain't really. It take 5 years just to know somebody. Keep it real, bro. It's damn near like you didn't have to spend a night with a motherfucker for 5 years or some shit like that. You know what I'm talking about? For you to actually know a motherfucker. Because you could just hide yourself. You could just come around every now and then and just be a certain way. But like if a motherfucker around you every day, bro, you'll see the real person. You'll see that motherfucker when they mad, when they happy. You'll just see their ways. You just will. Coffee Chronicles. But my personal opinion is, I believe if it's been 10, 15, 20 plus years in this friendship, I believe that just that love of the friendship should outweigh any little petty ass shit. I'm not talking about no major shit. And even with some major shit, I just believe if you've been friends that long, man, you should just go your separate ways humbly. You know what I'm talking about? I don't believe in blasting your partner, man. You know what I'm talking about? I just don't believe that. You know what I'm talking about? Because if we was ever partners, I got love for you still, bro. You know what I'm talking about? You can't erase all them years. You just can't. Especially if you talking about the urban community. Because it might be a motherfucker you don't even fuck with no more that done saved your life before. You get what I'm saying? A nigga that done really came through for you before, bro. So it ain't really no erasing that. And since you can't erase that, I just like giving people their credit in time, folks. I'd never be able to erase the love. You get what I'm saying? So I'm not going to come up here and create some hate. I'm not. I'm just going to remember the love, folks. You feel me? I'm just going to remember the love. I'm going to think about all them times we was kicking it. Coffee Chronicle. Like I'm saying, I'm not the type to come up here because I done fell out with a nigga like, oh, you old bitch ass nigga. Nah, bruh. There's a good chance even if I did fall out with a nigga, man, me and that nigga had some years of some mob movements. You know what I'm talking about? Me and that nigga was mobbing for some years. You feel what I'm saying? So I ain't really got nothing bad to say about no niggas. I don't. Man. You know what I'm talking about? And on this fast Fallout Friday, man, mama say always, always, bro. I'm listening on TV, boy, you nigga, hold up. On this fast Fallout Friday, And that's just my opinion. You know what I'm talking about? You ain't gotta agree with, bruh. I just think that's a little bit lightweight tacky, bruh. Especially if you and the nigga have been known for being dogs. You and your this used to be your sister. Nephew, sis, old man, old lady. Nephew, sis, old man, old lady. Hey, what'd you say, bruh? Old lady. Hey, you know what I'm talking about? It don't make no sense to come up there and blast them, bruh. You know what I'm talking about? You should just kick on back if you heard of something. Maybe it might be you might need to go talk to them when you cool off. You know what I'm talking about? Y'all can go hash out y'all differences, man, but it's just too much on this fast fall off Friday. There's too much petty shit blowing up into bigger shit. Just because a motherfucker mad for 10 seconds or something and you say something out your mouth that don't even need to be said, man. Coffee Chronicles. Cause I got me and some of my partners, man, like nigga get mad, nigga hit below the belt. You know what I'm talking about? Nigga hit below the belt. And we still the best of partners, bruh. That's only with some people, man. You gotta have tough skin. You get what I'm saying? Me and some of my partners got tough skin. You get a nigga below the belt, man, ain't no love lost. That's how you know you niggas friends. This nigga got every low blow in the book, don't he? You can't get away from a low blow when you fucking with one of your real niggas. That nigga know everything. You know what I'm talking about? And you just partners, man. But I'm for real, bruh. I'm just starting to see. You know what I'm talking about? I don't know what's going on with y'all. But I'm just talking about from where I'm sitting at, man. I'm just starting to see motherfuckers that you just know dogs, bruh. Come across the little pettiest shit, bruh, and it see, I ain't talking about you realize something, you just came out like, man, I ain't fucking with this nigga, and you just went on about your separate way. I'm talking about when you come to that conclusion and you on your separate way, but everybody you come in contact with, you blasting your nigga. You feel me? Or what used to be your nigga, or what used to be your bitch, or what it, you know what I'm talking about? You done went on about your merry way, but everybody you come in contact with, you blasting this motherfucker. You know what I'm talking about? Putting smut on their character and all that old shit. You know what I'm talking about? Talking about some shit you done fell off of. So now you running around trying to get everybody the same mad at this motherfucker that you is, bruh. That just ain't, you know what I'm talking about? That ain't it, y'all. It ain't. So on this fast fall off Friday, man, don't let this TV shit and all this shit. It's cool to have ops and all this shit, nigga. If you ain't got haters, you ain't doing all that old bullshit ass saying, bruh. You know what I'm talking about? Because once you start looking at shit like that, that shit, you might not think so, bruh, but it start changing your perception. So a motherfucker, your best friend, might have been doing this shit for the last 20 years that y'all been friends. You get what I'm saying? You've never paid attention to it before. You get to looking at this shit now. Now you get to looking at your partner different. You get what I'm saying? Ain't nothing changed but the way you start looking at shit. Sometimes that's good, sometimes it's bad. It just depends on the way you start thinking. You feel me? But I ain't seen too much shit like that, bruh. Recently. You get what I'm saying? And on this fast fall off Friday, man, we all folks, bruh. Whether you believe it or not, we all folks, man. I keep telling y'all, we all in this shit together. Then even if you can't get along with somebody or something, bruh, that's fine too, folks. But I'm just under the belief that we could just go our separate ways humbly, bruh. I don't believe in we gotta go our separate ways and try to destroy a motherfucker. I just don't believe in that. Or not even destroy a motherfucker. That's a strong word. But just trying to make a motherfucker seem some other kind of way to everybody else. You get what I'm saying? And a lot of times that motherfucker ain't even that type of way. It's just the way we took some shit. Because we changing our understanding to go backwards. We really not growing up, we growing down. You get what I'm saying? Mentally, that is. And on this fast fall off Friday, bruh, I just say, me personally, bruh, I just respect the relationships I be having with people, whether we fall out or not. You know what I'm talking about? It might always be fuck you in my eyes, bruh. I'm just, and somebody might ask, you know, because if somebody asks me, you got to be one of the fellas to even, man, fuck that nigga, you feel me? You got to be one of, you got to be in. for me to even display that to you. But just a random stranger coming by, I ain't got nothing to say, bruh. Somebody I don't fuck with like that ain't in, you know what I'm talking about? Who the motherfucker I done fell out with, like this everybody else nigga too. You get what I'm saying? There gotta be some shit like that. Man, fuck, bruh. I ain't fucking with him no more. For me to even say some shit like that. You get what I'm saying? But I'm just not disclosing that information. I'm gonna try not to. That's why it's good I stopped drinking. Because sometimes you might just be drunk on like shit. And that shit hit a nerve and you just go. You know what I'm talking about? And that shit'll happen too. That shit'll get overwhelming. Where they at? You know what I'm talking about? You be on shit like that. Nephew says, old man, old lady. Nephew says, old man, old lady. Hey, what you say, bro? Old lady. Hey, you know what I'm talking about? But on this fast Fallout Friday, man, they go like that, man. On some real shit, man. We a mess right now, really, if you just want to know. But we be doing some shit that we could just check, especially if your dogs, bro. That's all I'm saying. I ain't talking about no associates, no friend. I'm talking about that 10, 15, 20 plus, you know what I'm talking about, years we got in the game together. If you got some shit like that, bro, and just tomorrow you fall out with your partner and you just disclose in the last 20 and 30 plus years of the friendship and all that ain't no cool shit, bro. That ain't. But what do I know? On you, Cooper Forest Fires. And with that one right there, man, if you don't remember nothing, man, always remember it don't cost nothing just to show a little bit of that love.